Viewers, your thoughts, your opinions are always needed. There's a question straight away for Tom. It says, Tom Little saying Joao Pedro is not the player you think he is. Have you changed your mind, Tom? Because the man bagged a brilliant brace in the semi-final. And you did say in the group chat, that's because it's against old men. Then he played brilliantly and grabbed the winning goal, or the third goal that absolutely killed the game, and a brilliant finish against the current best team in the world. Are you ready to admit you were wrong about Joao Pedro? Have you been exposed?
No, not at all. Not at all. All I'm saying is it's like Joao Felix again. It's like Nkunku again. These guys come in, they start off decently. Everyone goes, oh my God, he's the next big thing. And then in actuality, when you get into league football, they end up with 5 non-penalty goals and you sit there and go, well, what's the point? I still stand by it. By the end of the season, Liam Delap will be the starting number 9 at Chelsea, and Joao Pedro will be relegated to that weird 9.5 position that Chelsea seems to have a spot dedicated for that wasn't Nkunku's. It'll now be Joao Pedro's. I've seen Joao Pedro for 3 years now do this exact same thing. He is massively inconsistent. He has the little bursts in a season. He has the little month in a season where everyone goes, oh my God, he's finally figured it out. And then you have the 3 months where he doesn't score. And you're sitting there going, oh, well, he hasn't. So it's going to take a lot more than 2 games in America to convince me that he's going to tear it up in the Premier League for Chelsea. I just don't see it.
I think it's because it was hot. Like Brazil hot, so it just brought it out of him. You know, he felt like he was at home playing under the beaches of Brazil and the beaches of Rio. That's what it was. Now, Tom, I think you're being harsh, mate. Personally, I'm thinking you're being harsh. I think he's a quality player, and around better players with quote unquote better coaching as well, with a club with that stature. I think you rise to the occasion. I think you rise to the task. And will he be their number one main guy like Cole Palmer? Probably not, you know, like you only can have 1 or 2 of those in the team. But what he will do is contribute. I think he will contribute with goals, he'll contribute with assists, and he'll be versatile in playing left wing, playing striker, playing number 10 if they need. So yeah, I think it's a good signing. The price will be debated as the season goes on. Right now it looks overpriced, but after those 2-3 goals in the Club World Cup, people might say otherwise. But I think you'll do well. And I think it's more down to being at a better club with big ambitions. And we need to talk about that, Terry. We need to talk about the ambition of Chelsea.
We will be talking. Yeah, I mean, we can look. We're going to be talking about some transfers a little bit later. Arsenal fans have reportedly found Gyökeres on the M1 motorway on his way to Arsenal. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
No.
I think it's honestly, I have to say now, it's probably my most favorite Arsenal tracking transfer post ever. It really, really is. It's I don't know where or how they've got this, because I don't. It's probably quite. You probably find it's quite easy to get if you know where to look. But let me put. I'll get this put up on the screen right in just a second, because it's honestly, it's maybe the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Maybe the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Is this like when they tracked that player, like that player was joining them because they saw the clouds in his story match the clouds in London at a specific time?
Yeah. That was Gabriel. I think that was Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah, I think. There was that. There was the Isaac. The Isaac car.
The Isaac car.
The greatest one is the Giuseppe masterclass with the thinking it's Calafiore in the kids photo. It was him.
He did it himself. That was he was so funny with that, like, because it just, thank God he signed it. He would have probably ended up getting so much abuse. But I need to put this tweet up on the screen, because I saw this and part of me just went, you know what? Whether you love Arsenal or you hate Arsenal, it's one of the best things I've genuinely ever seen posted in the entirety of my life, right? And I should have prepared it before I started talking about it, because it's just great. It's an absolute thing of beauty. Here it is. So that's the post saying, I've got Gyökeres through the traffic camera near Luton. That's somebody has posted that.
But how can you even tell whose car that is with that image?
They've just grabbed some random fella who's driving a Ford van, probably to work or something. And went, oh my god, it's Victor Gyökeres.
Literally, they're expecting it to be like a Mercedes Sprinter, decked out with the Arsenal stuff in the inside, the champagne, the TV. They think it's a premium player transport vehicle, when really it's a flipping Ford Transit that happens to be black. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Honestly, but there was this reply I saw underneath it. I need to show you this as well. This was maybe one of the best replies I saw to it. This is a thing. This is the sort of stuff that I love. This is, for me, the best part of transfers, and I'd be sad if this stuff disappeared. But this reply here from some account called Top Fives, Footy Fives, right? It says, he said, yes, I saw him as well. So yeah, Arsenal fans out there, listen, I wouldn't even do any of that as an Arsenal fan. Like, you're getting him, man. You're getting him. He's your player. He's coming in. He's doing that. But we're going to come back to Gyökeres later. We're talking Eze later. We're looking at Liverpool's transfers as well. But I wanted to go back to your point, KJ, about the expectations for Chelsea. We spoke about it on Straight Facts this morning, that there should be big expectations on them now. But KM, how do you see it? Because they won the Conference League. They qualified in the end. Those last 6 games were excellent, qualifying for the Champions League. They win the Conference League. Barring the one game against Flamengo, they were brilliant at the Club World Cup. Smashed PSG, the best team in the world. Everybody's favourites for the tournament. Everybody said best team in the world. I myself tweeted out a few days ago, is this PSG team the best club side we've seen since Barca 2009? Genuine question. After achieving all of that at the end of the season for Chelsea, surely there is an expectation now on them challenging for league titles, having a genuine chance of winning the Champions League next year. Surely the expectation levels have now gone up, or do you still think that may be a little bit too early for them?
I think it depends who you ask. I know the fan base are kind of, some are saying, yeah, big charge, we're going for the big trophies this year. But realistically, with their spend, also their quality of players, they do have depth. Joao Pedro, Delap, Nick Jackson are all... I really like Joao Pedro. I think, like KJ touched on, him playing around better players, I think he's more clinical than Jackson's been. You see even the goals, some of the chances he's taken. As much as it is pre-season and it's a glorified pre-season tournament, that PSG final, we saw what they did to Madrid just a few days before, and everyone was like, wow, crazy. It can't mean PSG dismantling Madrid and then a talk about PSG being this great side and then seeing what Chelsea did to them. That can't mean nothing, but I wouldn't put my whole stock in them. But top 4 next season, if it's not Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, one of those clubs have had a brutally dreadful season, because with their spend, with their aspirations, and looking around the rest of the league, they should be challenging. I think they could be out. I don't want to say Arsenal, but I like Chelsea. And with Maresca, each of his games he's set with a different formation, literally like all 7. A lot of it he's been playing around with how he wants people to play. He's brought Andre Santos back into the fold. Obviously, they've had Enzo. Lavia's been in and out of injuries, but he really looks like he's got a coherent midfield. Palmer's played wide some days, off that 10. Joao Pedro's dropped a bit. He's had Jackson start before he got sent off the lap as well. I think they have a lot of ways to be able to play, whether it's James inverting or the natural back 4. Maresca he had a hot start, like Tom jumped on, but then he had a little slump and everyone was questioning him. But I do think if Chelsea don't finish top 4 in the season, maybe are in the race Jan, Feb, I think it'll be a disastrous season for them. But I like what they've done so far.
Here's my problem. Here's my issue, right? Here's what I got. So, first of all, fair play to Chelsea and congrats to Chelsea, because what they did in that final was class and no one expected that to happen. I predicted them to win the Club World Cup after a few rounds just because I thought, hey, the way I can just feel it just feels like they're going to go do it, right? But I didn't expect them to smash PSG the way they did. So well done, Chelsea. Like that was top class. But here's my thing, yeah. I'm seeing all over Twitter. I'm seeing in group chats, we are the best. Love my club. world champions, champions of the world, best team in the world officially. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing all these plaudits. Cole Palmer is him. Cole Palmer is that guy. He's world class. Caicedo is the best. Cucurella, best left back in the world. So I'm seeing all of this gas. And listen, do your thing. You've won the Club World Cup, which is I think is a major tournament. I'm not one of those people that subscribe to it as a preseason friendly thing. No, it's a good tournament, good trophy to win, and I hear it. So I am here for you guys celebrating. I'm hearing what you're saying. But as soon as I ask the question, if you're now officially the best team in the world with some of the best players in the world, are you now not favorites or one of the favorites to go on and challenge for the Premier League? And every time I ask that question, it's, oh, no, you can't say that. No, we're still in the process. We're still building. Oh, the club don't see us challenging right now. Oh, no, but we're still a young team. So this is why I'm confused. I'm not saying that you can't be realistic. That's fine. But you can't go from one side of the spectrum and saying all this gas, but then back it up with no chest. You know? Because I'm saying challenge. I'm not saying win the league. I am saying challenge. Be in the title race towards, I said April. You've got to be in and around the title race until April. You're in year 3 of your project. You spent almost £2 billion on your squad. You've just gone and done something that no one thought you would do, which is win the Club World Cup. You've completed the set, which you're now bragging about being the only team to do that. And I think it's only fair and respectable, and this is me showing respect to Chelsea by saying you're one of the guys that should be in the title race. And the fact that Chelsea fans are some of them, like maybe not all, but there's a good few of them backing away from the challenge. Is, for me, you don't respect your club and your heritage.
I still don't see them in a title challenge next year. Despite, I think this Club World Cup will give them a bit of confidence and a bit of belief that the project is building towards something, and it should stave away those doubters for a while. I still don't think that Chelsea are a league team in terms of how they set up. I think they're still a very good cup team, but I don't think they're necessarily built for league seasons more so than the ones that are currently, your Arsenals and your Liverpools and your Cities of this world. I think that there's still a year or two away. I think that this year will be a really weird one for them, but I think they might just end up being in like this battle with no one. So I think they'll be a little bit away from the top 3 in City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. But I also think they're going to be quite comfortably ahead of anyone who's 5th or 6th. Unless Newcastle can really pull something out the bag, which I doubt they do. So I think for Chelsea next year, a lot of it's going to focus on cups. That they should be secure enough to finish in the top 4, get another year of Champions League in that way. But I think that it'll be about, can they get over the line in the FA Cup? Can they get over the line in the Carabao Cup? Could they have a really good Champions League campaign alongside what they're doing in the league and slowly evolving their team into that team that is ready to compete for the Premier League? So I think next year is still probably just a year too early. But I do think what this should have done, this Club World Cup win, should have given Maresca and the people who are behind the project the belief that they are going the right way and the belief that they should stick to what they're doing. So that's why I don't think they're built for a league season. If you get me, I think just the way that team's set up, it's not a league season team. It's a team that can do really well in knockout football.
I hear that, but so it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But the reason why I'm coming from this angle is because of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
If we're just talking strictly football, then we can have this discussion about this, that, and the third. But we're a fan channel community, so we're also involved in the discussion, right? These Chelsea, there's a lot of Chelsea fans, including the likes of Don who come on the channel, the likes of Ches who come on the channel, and others who have gunned for Arsenal. They've been gunning for Arsenal for the last few seasons, saying that, oh, look at you, you're in phase 67 and haven't won a major trophy. You guys are spending, and yet you're not getting over the line. What did Don call them? Spicy Spurs. You know what I mean? Spurs in red. So you're just forever going to be in a rebuild. So if they are mocking Arsenal for all this money spent on the project and the phases, but not winning anything major and not challenging and getting over the line for the title, when is that expectation supposed to go on Chelsea? And then we start to question, wait, are you not just blue Arsenal? Are you not just spicy Arsenal? Because the energy is different. As soon as you get onto Chelsea, the energy flips. And it's like, oh, no, you can't do that to us. But yet the same things that they said about Arsenal fans, they are doing. So that is my issue.
So look, I hear your point. My view on Chelsea is I think they'll challenge for the title next year to a certain point, and I think they've got a great chance in the cups. And I am judging Chelsea next season on the trophies they win. Not winning the Premier League though doesn't equal sack the manager, disastrous season, because context has to be applied. So I can separate, like you're saying, Chelsea and what I think of them as a team by myself. I don't need anybody else's validation on that to compare to what certain Chelsea fans are doing. And this is where the conversation's got to happen. This isn't all Chelsea fans. Large percentage of Chelsea fans in our chat this doesn't apply to. But I don't even think you're never going to get those Chelsea fans, to be honest, because it's bravado. It's banter. It isn't real. Equally, the message should be to Arsenal fans or United fans, whoever they're attacking, is to rise above it. Because as you say, this will happen on Friday. Don will say, Terry, I told you about our midfield. Now look at our attack. My team's ready. Look at those bums, Arsenal, my little bros. We send them to the shops. And I'll go, do you think you'll finish above them this season? Oh, I don't know. It's not about Don telling the truth or not bantering or anything. It's just you should be able to laugh at the banter, but then not take it seriously. That's the thing for me, because he doesn't mean it. Because if you really believed they were your little bros, if you really believed your midfield and your squad, as he said before, their squad is better, their midfield is better, doesn't rate their manager, they've won 2 trophies. If a Chelsea fan believes what they're saying, the only team I find it hard to, the only team I would say, yeah, you're right not to predict finishing in front of them right now is Liverpool, because they're champions. But you shouldn't be able to talk about Arsenal like that or Tottenham like that or whoever. And then not, they say about Man United, you go, do you reckon he'll finish in front of us? I go, yeah, they can answer that question. It rolls off the tongue before they've even finished, because they truly believe they're better than we are. So it doesn't matter to me. I find it fun. I like to, again, people go, well, you've got to let people have banter. Yes, and I like having mine. Mine is to then ask what I call sort of conditional questions. Okay, so do you think you'll do this then? What if this happens then? What would you do in this case? That's how I have my fun. I like seeing people squirm a little bit, and those types of questions do that. So I get you, KJ. It is frustrating when somebody gives it best in the world, don't chat to me, we're as good as anybody else, best this, best attack, best midfield, managers this, managers that. Do you think you'll challenge to the league title? Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Well, then you don't mean what you said. You can't be one of the best in the world and not compete for your own league title. It doesn't make sense. So